Okay, what in the world is going on with all this immigration and migrants coming into the US illegally and all this stuff about asylum? Is it out of control? Way out of control. I was looking at something here from MSN. It's an article here. I want to read it to you. It says, "What happens to migrants seeking asylum?" It says the Biden administration has expelled thousands of migrants who crossed into the U.S. illegally since the end of Title 42. U.S. authorities have returned to enforcing the nation's immigration laws under Title 8, section of the U.S. Code that spells out who is admissible to the country, criminal penalties for crossing the border illegally, and the expedited removal of migrants who are deemed inadmissible. And it says, since Friday, hundreds of migrants, including Venezuelans, Cubans, Nicaraguans, have been returned to Mexico. Thousands, including the single adults and families, have been sent home to more than 10 countries, including Colombia, Honduras, Peru. Nunes Neto said thousands more were being held in facilities run by Customs and Border Protection or Immigrations and Customs Enforcement and were moving through the expedited removal process in a streamlined manner, he said. The U.S. response to the end of the Title 42 relies heavily on the cooperation of other countries, but some details still need to be worked out. The Department of Homeland Security announced on April 27 that it would be open regional processing centers in Guatemala and Colombia to reduce irregular migration and facilitate safe, orderly, humane, and lawful pathways from the Americans or Americas to countries such as the U.S., Canada, and Spain. But Guatemalan President Alejandro Giammattei has complained about a lack of communication between the two governments and has even been calling for Republican lawmakers in Congress for their help. U.S. officials deny and discord with Guatemala over the processing centers and insist that Guatemala has agreed in principle to help with the processing centers, but that questions about implementations needs to be resolved. Listen, this thing is out of control, if you ask me. And I see what people are doing. They're just using kids to their advantage. And I see them just throwing kids in the water. And it's unbelievable that people are just doing things just to get here. And I'm not for that. I think that there has to be a limit. I think some people are really in need of an asylum, and there's some people who actually don't. They just want to come here. Unfortunately, some of these people are criminals. Some of these people are wanted. Some of these people are not really seeking asylum. So unfortunately, to let them into the country, which is dense enough as it is, New York City being one of them, is highly, highly immigrated. And it's like we don't have any more room. And here they just ship more people into the city, busloads of people, and they don't even know what to put them. They put them in the hotels and by the busloads, and they keep coming here. And then I think they went to another state and they shipped them over here, and they're playing ping pong with people. And I think it's a bad thing. And to put your child through this is horrible. And I know some people need an asylum and some people don't. They just trying to come over here for whatever reason. They think to make a better life. That's the excuse. But what makes you think it's better? Over here, you have more expenses. It's not easy to live. It's densely populated. There's crime here too. U.S. has crime and U.S. has problems. Maybe not as much as where use people are from, but still, this is not heaven. And people here have issues as well. So if you're thinking people are going to come home and they're going to be smooth sailing, they're in for a rude awakening because here you have to follow the rules of the road, like they say, the laws, the taxes, the government, and it's tough. Maybe people think, oh, he's going to be, again, easy to come here and maybe let me go get a job and do this. But a lot of the people that come here don't find work right away, and unfortunately, what may lead to them, they may lead to them committing crimes because they may not find work. They don't have a social security. A lot of people not going to hire them because they're illegal, and they're going to go to whatever things they have to do to feed themselves and their family. And if they can't find work, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to steal. And a man is a woman that's going to feed his family, that needs to feed his family, is going to do what they have to do to feed their kids. So it's not going to make things better by allowing a lot of people to come here who are not coming here for the right reasons. I understand people, again, want to make a better life for themselves, and this country has helped millions of people do that. But there comes a time when you have to pull down the gate, close the doors, and say, enough is enough. And I think we've overdone that, and we have gone beyond that. So I don't know what's going on with the government. I think they're just being too lenient, and I think people are using their kids as their strength. Oh, look at my kid! You're going to turn away a child. I was watching it on television just the other day. There were a busload of people, and a lot of them just bringing kids and bringing kids, and they, come on, when you see a child, your heart's got to break. So, that's the thing. They use the kids as their advantage, because who knows if these are really their children? They can be somebody else's child that was back there. We don't know. They're just coming off a bus. You don't know who these people are, and have you screened them really thoroughly? I don't know. Or you just like, just get on the bus. I mean, the way they're coming here, the way they're crossing fences and barbed wire, and I've seen the videos. It's horrifying to see what these people are coming to these days just to run here. Like, in Texas is saturated, California, other parts of the United States, Florida, and now New York City. They're shipping them over here again. So I think Biden and his people need to really, really reevaluate the situation, and time to call it a day. Because if this continues, where are you going to put these people? They're already putting them by the hundreds in hotels all over New York City, and New York City is housing them, feeding them, and how much money is this going to take before you get these people on their feet? Who knows how long that's going to take? And that's costing the taxpayers like you and I money to support these people. And it's not fair. It's not fair that people who have been here for so long have less, and they offer more to the people who have not been here more. What a country, I'll tell you. Welcome to America. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of time, and we'll talk again. God bless.